Welcome to another round of Thyra playing World of Warcraft. As it's in the title. I think my mouth is not moving properly again. What did YouTube Studio do there? Didn't have my microphone up for some reason. But let's see what's new. We have overcharged Delves, which we will definitely try out on another time. We got the combat assistant, which I explain in a moment. And we got the Lorewalking, the big topic of today, where we already got the introduction quest, and we can see here on the minimap that Lorewalker Joe is already waiting for us. And that's gonna be the main topic of today, Lorewalking. Speak with Lorewalker Joe in a capital city for a renewed questing experience through iconic lore moments. And the iconic lore moment we will experience first is tied to our character class, the Death Knight, which will be the rise of the Lich King, Arthas. And I'm really excited to see this because Arthas really is one, if not the most iconic antagonist in the Warcraft franchise. And as such, his story is definitely something every player should have heard about at least, and better yet, have experienced. Hey Zura, thanks for the lurk and thanks for hanging out. So yeah, Arthas is the big topic of today, or will be the big topic of today, and the big topic of today, Lorewalking. Should stop saying big topic of today so often. Let's see what this quest actually says. Are you curious about your world's history? Would you like to learn more? Lorewalker Cho has been traveling and gathering stories of important events and figures across Azeroth and beyond. If you pay him a visit in your capital city, he will gladly share a tale of the past with you. Or perhaps more than one tale. He does very much enjoy conversation. Tell him Assistant Lally sent you. Problem you are excited to hear the lore on Lorewalking? Then you're gonna hear a lot, Zura. And I also have something to talk for you about right away after the break is over, I guess. We'll start soon. Hi Elmo, welcome to the YouTube side of things. How are you doing today? Oh, also Zura, how are you doing today? Totally forgot to ask that. Can't mount here. The companion experience gains and undercoin gains increase are both pretty good. The Delver's Journey I don't really need anymore. I completed the Delver's Journey. So yeah, let's wait for the ad on Twitch to be over. I'm also doing good, Elmo. Good to hear that you're doing good yourself. See, what can we do here real quick? We're gonna do that. Thing happens here. You're doing good, Zura. That's good to hear. And you got your ad. What am I playing? I'm playing the grandfather of most modern MMOs, World of Warcraft. Retail edition, if what some people would definitely put behind it as well. And for today, there's a special thing I'm gonna start. Which... not here. Yeah, and what's new? Which is called Lorewalking. This is a new feature that was added to the game today in the new patch 11.1.7. And this feature allows you to experience iconic lore moments again and questing through them to level up your character. This is then a very condensed form of questing experience, because you don't have to play through a whole expansion that lore is usually associated with. And instead you get like the very important, or the important quests for that bit of lore. And what Blizzard also teased on is that there will be new lore quests also put into this experience. Seems like you're back from the ad, Zura. So what I wanted to show you, Zura, is this here, the single button assist that also was added today. Cast damaging abilities for use in combat, rotating through them based on priority. The global cooldown of abilities used through the single button assistant is 25% longer, which means you have a longer cooldown on abilities, but can activate multiple abilities through one button. This you can put here into your action bar. And actually I think there are some training dummies. Let's do that first real quick before digging into the Lorewalking. It hits the main points then, or an abridged version. I think it's more of an abridged version, if I understand that kind of version correctly. Yeah, there are no training dummies. Ooh, I can set up my... so like... for Arthas, for example, Northrend and Wrath of Lich King is the important expansion and zone. And here in Northrend, we have multiple different quest lines in different zones that have something to do with Arthas and his rise as the Lich King, which are mostly, or oftentimes, views into the past when he was a paladin and looked for power to save his homeland from the Scourge. And especially here in Icecrown, with the Icecrown Citadel, which is the final raid in World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, where we actually get to fight the Lich King. There's a lot of story plots hidden there. And I think we will get like a chronological order of the quests to experience Arthas' rise to the Lich King. Which could also mean that we get quests in different zones, because there are some little quests here and there that also connect to the Lich King, especially here in the Eastern Blacklands. There can be some story, and with the, which are here the Caverns of Time, which I also showed already, the Culling of Stratholme. there can also be some stuff hidden there. When did I start becoming a content creator? I started roughly 2 years ago and been affiliate on Twitch for roughly 1.5 years, I would say. Yeah, I wanted to make myself a training dummy to show off some stuff here. Look at this. Show me what you've got. So we have this single button assist. You can see this is Marrow Rend, which I also have here. This activates again and again until we have enough bone shields on us. Then we start with Blood Boil. Death and Decay is usually an AoE skill that you can set somewhere, but this uses it in a way to like focuses on the target we are facing. And yeah, so basically this goes through your skills by priority. And makes it possible to fight with only hitting one button. For the main abilities, there are some abilities that I think are not included in that one button assist. Which might be abilities like here Anti-Magic Shell and Vampiric Blood, which are life-saving abilities. Why did I start to be a YouTuber, you say? I started YouTubing for the simple reason to have my bots directly saved to YouTube. That was actually the main reason to do that. Because VODs on Twitch are only saved for a certain amount of time, whereas when I stream live on YouTube, that video gets saved for all eternity under the live category. Thanks for the love, Zura. So let's dive into Lorewalking. Are you also taking a well-deserved break? There's nothing like catching up on some reading in the fresh air with a great view, but I would not mind some company. You care to hear a story? Oh, Lali is sending visitors my way now. Lorewalker Cho loves a deep belly laugh. Of course she is. But she is correct. The only thing I love more than gathering stories, telling them. Sit down, let me share a tale with you. What is Lorewalking? Lorewalking can mean many things, my friend. For me, it is the gathering of stories. The many versions of stories, often historical deeds of the heroes of Azeroth. Stories lost to history. Stories so fragmented by time and space, they are difficult for most to piece together. For you, it means hearing those stories. Ask me to tell you a tale, and I humbly believe it will be as tough as though you are experiencing it yourself. Oh, you're planning to be a YouTuber too, Elmo? That's cool to hear.
Every good story needs a hero.
Well, we will start with the Lich King, Arthas Menethil. It is said that when he was born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered his name. Did the forests of his youth know what he would eventually grow to become? The rewards will be Royal Visage. Add this toy to your toy box, remember the tale of Arthas Menethil to take on his visage. That means we can dress up as the Lich King.
Fair. I must warn you, friend. This is not a tale for the faint of heart. The Lich King. A figure so horrible that his very legacy defies remembrance. Perhaps we should recall instead the prince who had yet to become king.
Playing that's not Friday, Five Nights at Freddy's. Wanted no have fun there. So would that also be what you would stream on YouTube or put videos on YouTube for? Not everyone who will be a YouTuber is gonna be a streamer on YouTube, I guess. Story of Arthas is one of tragedy and caution. He was the best his people had to offer, and that set him on a path which destroyed both the future king and his kingdom. Oh, what wasn't a good idea, Elmo? Who was the Lich King?
Serpent guide you.
Ooh.
And so begins the tragic tale of Prince Arthas Menethil.
Oh, you're subbed on YouTube too, Zura. Thanks for that. Enjoy the many live recordings that are there and a few other things. Oh, playing Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't a good idea, I see. I did not expect this to happen. Right now we are playing as Arthas here. And I guess we will really dig down into the story of Arthas Menethil.
There you are, lad. We've been waiting for you.
This is Uther Lightbringer, one of the most iconic and most important paladins of the recent past of World of Warcraft, or Warcraft. And he was the mentor of Arthas Menethil in his paladin days.
Well met.
Big day, lad. We've got a parade of our troops, a visiting contingent from Ironforge, and I hear word your father, King Terenas, will be here to oversee everything. It's days like today that you've been forged for, Arthas. Inspire your men. Prove yourself. Whip these troops into shape. No doubt Muradin has been itching for a brawl as well.
For Lorewalking.
Going to walk the law? Yeah, we are going to walk the law. Or law of the walk. That doesn't make sense. Oh, we can ask questions on where to go next. That's fun. This is really cool. Tell me more about Uther Lightbringer. Originally an accomplished knight, Uther Lightbringer was one of 5 men who were trained by Archbishop Alonsos Fowl after the fall of Stormwind in the First War. In due time, those 5 candidates became the first Knights of the Silver Hand. Uther was a hero of the Alliance of Lordaeron, an ally King Terenas Menethil II, and young Arthas Menethil's mentor as well. It was Uther who helped train Arthas until he became a paladin of the Order himself.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
Ah, young love. Arthas met Jaina Proudmoore when they were still both young. Yet over the years they met again and again. He, a prince of Lordaeron, she, the daughter of the Lord Admiral of Kultiras. Rank placed them as equals, but their love of life, of adventure, of knowledge, that was what brought them together. Perhaps in another world they would have stayed together. Would that this were a happier tale, but history has as much its share of tragedy as it does its joyful moments.
Every good story needs a hero.
Muradin Bronzebeard was one of 3 Bronzebeard brothers. His eldest, Magni, was a Dwarven king, while his youngest, Bran, eventually became a renowned explorer. We know Magni as the Diamond Dwarf from the Warlit Within. We've had a lot of story with him there. And Bran we know from all the Delves. He is our sidekick there. During the Second War, Muradin served as liaison between the nations of Lordaeron and Khazmodan, building a relationship with King Terenas and eventually becoming the official ambassador to Capital City. Although Uther Lightbringer would one day teach Prince Arthas the ways of Paladin, it was Muradin who took Arthas under his wing and taught him how to fight in combat. The two were very close companions and friends throughout Arthur's childhood and into his adult years.
Tread lightly.
Congrats on completing one, Elmo, and sorry to hear that you got trash. Let's continue the story. This is a really cool thing that we can ask Lorewalker Joe for story ideas or story thingies. Let's spar. I'll be feeling that tomorrow. Be bested by a paladin, the honor.
Commander.
Yes, Lord.
Later.
You have taught me much, my prince.
Commander, be careful.
That seemed a bit
What are
much.
your orders? Be careful.
Oh, I can still speak again with Uther. Speak with Uther again. Because that is optional, but let's see what he has still to say. Arthas jumps around.
The light shines upon us.
Uther, may I have a word? There's been something on my mind.
When has that ever not been the case? Speak up then.
I've trained hard as a Knight of the Silver Hand, done my best to be a Paladin of the Light, but I'm still also Prince of Lordaeron. And one day, I'll be king. What happens if, at some point, those two duties conflict with each other? Which one wins?
Ha. Well, I know much of knighthood and little of royalty. But I do know what it's like to stand at a crossroads. My advice to you is this. All you can do is look down the paths in front of you and do your best to see what lies ahead. Only then can you decide which path will best serve your people in the end. For that is the duty of both Prince and Paladin.
Look down the path and see what lies ahead? That's your great advice?
I can impart many a lesson, my boy, but experience will always be the better teacher. Now go on. Your future awaits.
Light be with you.
That is a Lordaeron knight. Looks more like a Kultiran. Ooh, there we have Muradin. But I first want to talk to Jaina. Can't Arthas jump over some
I
stuff?
won't stay for long. I hope.
Jaina, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your training.
Why are you hiding away back here?
I didn't want to distract you. I just wanted a little break.
They put too much pressure on you in Dalaran.
I could say the same for you. They expect so much of you.
Come visit.
What?
Come see me. My family and my kingdom. Take a real break.
You're right. I should. I will.
Care to stay longer today?
I can't, but... Seeing you was enough.
Hey Fumo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Well, just about Bale let just about anyone in here, eh, lad? Ah, it's a good day to see ya. Let's spar.
Show me what you got. Ah, the princeling has some bite. Good shot.
Ooh, that looks not so good. Oh, Arthas is immune to damage.
You well, Arthas.
You do your order proud, boy.
And your kingdom as well. Come, my son. We have much to attend to.
Good jump scared, Elmo. Well, that's Five Nights at Freddy for you. Still one exam to go. Let's go, Fumo. You have it tomorrow or on Friday?
Lordaeron looks to us.
Well done, my son. I heard the soldiers from all the way over here. Sounds like you gave them a lesson in humility. And the way you handled Muradin. But of course, you were born for this. Friday? Then I guess you... Or I hope you learn well for Friday. And then Friday you can have a lot of fun in the evening after finishing your exam weeks. You got this, Fumo. Got a strike, Elmo? What kind of strike did you get?
As both prince and paladin, Arthas placed the future of his kingdom above all else. Then, one day, a terrible plague beset Lordaeron, one that turned its victims into the undead. Hello?
What happened next?
Having seen the horrors afflicting his people, Arthas believed it a mercy to spare them from such a fate.
Like of Bowl?
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin. As if I could forget. Listen, there's something about the plague you should know. But too late. These people have all been infected. They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead.
What?
This entire city must be purged. How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way. Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city. You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were. Then I must consider this an act of treason. Treason? You lost your mind, Arthas. Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done. Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight. You've just crossed a terrible threshold, Arthas. Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
Like we're gonna re-experience the culling of Stratholmer. Maybe it's gonna be a bit different than last time.
Take position here, and I will lead a small force inside Stratholme to begin the culling. We must contain and purge the infected for the sake of all of humanity.
What's mean, Elmo? All officers should check in with me when their squads are ready. We'll enter Stratholme on my order. Oh, you got murdered. That's not so nice to hear. Let's see what Joe has to say on this one here. Tell me about the undead plague. The plague of undeath, a source of so much pain and suffering, it rose to prominence as a weapon during the Third War. The Lich King spread the disease to the human settlements of Lordaeron via shipments of tainted grain. Those who consumed the grain would then become infected. After their death, would rise again as cursed undead. It was far worse than that. As undead, these feral zombies could then be controlled by the Lich King, becoming part of his army of monstrous scourge. Mindless and with no memory of their former lives, they erased Lordaeron, killing anything that stood in their path, including former friends and loved ones. Azura, the Plague. Stratholme was the second largest city in the Kingdom of Lordaeron, and it was where the Order of the Silver Hand was initially founded. It was an important town both due to its size and its position as a port city. It was also the city closest to the Elven Kingdom of Kel'Thalas. Unfortunately, its size also made it a ripe target for the Lich King's plan. So many citizens gathered in one location, a sizable population just waiting to be turned to undeath. No wonder the city was stricken by the plague. The Lich King wanted to expand his armies after all.
Tread lightly.
Mal'Ganis, brr. The creature was one of 5 dreadlords who were sent by the Burning Legion to serve as jailers of the Lich King. They were meant to keep the Lich King in check, and to ensure that the plague of undead spread as it was supposed to, weakening Azeroth's population in the process. Now that I'm reading this, I did know that at one point, but I totally forgot about that plan of the Burning Legion. I knew that Mal'Ganis as a Dreadlord was somewhat part of the Burning Legion. The Dreadlords, I think of themselves. They do help the Burning Legion, but they are not really demons of the Burning Legion. They are more... they have their own agenda, really. Mal'Ganis initially led the Scourge forces in Lordaeron. When the Lich King chose Prince Arthas as a suitable champion to his cause, Mal'Ganis helped concoct a plan to lead Arthas to Northrend. There, a Dreadblade and an even more dreadful fate awaited the prince.
Farewell. How does today find
What
you?
happened when I press this teleport?
Having seen the horrors afflicting his people, Arthas believed it a mercy to spare them from such a fate.
You're lore-walking through this dungeon. Your speed and combat prowess have been greatly increased. Congrats on winning, Elmo. Let's talk to Arthas.
The light have mercy.
Are you ready to do whatever must be done to protect Lordaeron? Yes, my prince, we are ready.
Everyone looks ready. Remember, these people are all infected with the plague and will die soon. We must purge Stratholme to protect the remainder of Lordaeron from the Scourge. Let's go.
Yeah, we know what's gonna happen soon. Prince Arthas, may the light be praised. Many people in the town have begun to fall seriously ill. Can you help us?
I can only help you with a clean death.
What? This can't be. Oh no. Did you see that?
That was just the beginning.
This is the beginning. I've been waiting for you, young prince. I am Mal'Ganis. As you can see, your people are now mine. I will now turn this city, household by household, until the flame of life has been snuffed out.
I won't allow it, Mal'Ganis. Better that these people die by my hand than serve as your slaves in death. Mal'Ganis will send out some of his Scourge minions to interfere with us. Those of you with the strongest steel and magic shall go forth and destroy them. Lordaeron will lead the rest of my forces in purging Stratholme of the infected.
Could the people of Stratholme have been cured and saved? We may never know. Arthas was unwilling to risk the rest of the kingdom. All he could offer was a clean death and swift vengeance.
Good Thrash and the gang. I don't know what that means, Elmo, but sounds like you didn't get what you wanted.
Small sacrifice for the greater good.
Are you ready to face Mal'Ganis with me? I'm ready to battle with Dreadlord, sire. Cool that we could just jump over the boring stuff in the dungeon.
Mal'Ganis will pay for this.
We're going to finish this right now, Mal'Ganis. Just you and me. Let's see if just you and me can work here. Arthas can do this. Doesn't really look like Arthas has a chance.
I'm in need of aid. This city will be cleansed.
I guess Arthas does need our help.
I'm in need of aid.
Oh, one hit and that's it.
Can't afford despair. I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth if I have to. Do you hear me? To the ends of the earth! You performed well this day. Anything that Mal'Ganis has left behind is yours. Take it as your reward. I must now begin plans for an expedition to Northrend.
Arthas did not relent in his pursuit of
One less
Mal'Ganis.
obstacle to deal with.
He would deliver retribution for what the Dreadlord had done, and for what Mal'Ganis had forced him to do in return.
Oh, it's good and you're happy with it. That's good to hear, Elmo. Congrats on getting what you wanted. What happened after Stratholme? Also cool that we get a new loading screen for Lorewalking itself.
Few survived the expedition to Northrend.
Oh,
Restless ghosts haunted those forlorn shores long afterward.
I have the feeling this is a part where you play as yourself in the open area. And that a lot of people are playing with this right now. Auric Trueheart. The toxins in the Morkweed elixir will render you unconscious. So powerful is the effect of the morgweed that even your spirit will be fooled, allowing you to temporarily enter the world of the dead. Once a spirit, you must speak to the ghostly denizens of the Forgotten Shore. Seek out the cause of the anguish and return to me. Remember, Hiltrud, these spirits, dear God, that's really annoying when people just stay on their big mounts and block the quest giver. Remember, Hiltrud, these spirits were once Alliance soldiers. Treat them with respect, honor, and dignity. Now, with Elixir in hand, venture south to the Forgotten Shore. Alrighty, what does Cho have to say here? Tell me about the Forgotten Shore. This barren shoreline was once the site of Arthas Menethil's forces, when he travelled to Northrend to find and destroy Mal'Ganis. Despite Arthas' thirst for vengeance, it was not shared by King Terenas. Terenas sent an emissary ordering the fleets to return to Lordaeron against his son's wishes. Furious, Arthas hatched a plan, recruiting mercenaries to burn the Lordaeron ships, keep them stranded. When the burned ships were discovered, Arthas blamed the mercenaries and let his soldiers murder them in cold blood. This coast and the ghosts that haunt it are all that remain of that chilling tale. Horrifying blade wielded by the Lich King, Frostmourne had the ability to shatter and imprison the souls of its victims, as well as twist the living into mindless undeath. It was at first a tool of the Lich King, and then placed carefully in a cavern for the Lich King's chosen champion to find. As its inscription said, just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit. When Arthas took up the blade, he forfeited his soul to the Lich King. Neither paladin nor prince, Arthas was now a Death Knight of the Scourge, and would lead them in a horrific campaign of carnage across his former homeland.
Tread lightly.
I'll see you soon, Fumo.
Hello. Every good story needs
Congrats on winning again, Elmo. Why am I not riding? This really looks like the place of a horrific battle.
Can I help you?
Rage. That's how I can sum up my feelings towards this whole mess. We worked our fingers to the bone trying to get through the woods to the shore, only to find that we were too late. Our only way home had been destroyed. I must be going now, soldiers. Stay vigilant.
What's on your mind?
Those damn peasants need to work faster. I want to get back home. I want to get back home to Ironforge. I surely do miss my wife and children. I'm sure Arthas will be back any day now, soldier. Keep your chin up.
Good.
Doing there. Okay, we need a footman and a peasant. Like the one with
Work?
a shirt. If it weren't for those damn beasts burning our ships, we'd have been home by now. Now leave me alone so I can get back to work. Sorry to have bothered you, friend. Carry on. Where do we have a footman? Ooh, there one is.
Greetings.
Arthas and Muradin have been gone a long time. I hope they aren't in danger. I'm sure everything will work out, footman.
Around.
This is definitely being even more condensed than I initially thought. Because I thought we would still need to fly everywhere, or to go everywhere. But this definitely feels very nice.
How do you do it?
Ah, we got a bot here. Annoying little pests.
See ya around.
Oric's eyes fill with tears. They don't know, none of them know. They think Arthas to be some great hero, when in truth it was Arthas who ordered the ships to be burned. It was Arthas who left us all for dead in this frozen wasteland. Oric weeps. Not all of the soldiers from the prince's fleet perished in the freezing winter. I was only a lad when I was given the chance to battle the Scourge, to save our home from certain destruction. I took that chance, Hiltrud.
Goodbye.
Zelig gave his crystal ball to me years ago with specific instructions on its use. For 5 years, whenever I would feel anger, anxiety or sorrow over the events that transpired here, I was to focus my thoughts upon the orb. I now understand why Zelig gave his crystal to me. Take my crystalline orb to the Forgotten Shore, find the ruins of my old base on the upper reaches of the beach, and place the orb in the center of town. Let the Forgotten see the world through my heart and soul.
Farewell to you.
Ask a question allows you to ask questions and teleport if you are lost.
Captain,
Quite a lot of people here.
at their posts. Your father had our troops recalled at Lord Uther's request. Uther had my troops recalled? Damn it! My warriors are
Thanks for the hydrate, Zura.
never defeat Mal'Ganis. Ships must be burned before the men reach the shore.
Isn't that a bit much?
Burned down to their frames. No one goes home until our job here is done.
You lied to your men and betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you. What's happening to you, Arthas? Is vengeance always important to you?
Spare me, Muradin. You weren't there to see what Mal'Ganis did to my homeland.
Have fun playing on your VR, Elmo, and maybe see you later. Do I actually need to go right now? I actually did what needed to be by listening to that conversation. That was the conversation between Arthas, Muradin, and the captain, where Arthas decided to burn down all the ships, so that the soldiers had no way to go home and were forced to follow Arthas on his campaign against Mal'Ganis. Oric beams a smile at you. You did a good thing this day, Hiltrud. Hundreds of lost souls are now redeemed, thanks to you.
See ya around.
You have honored me and honored the memory of hundreds of Alliance veterans, Hiltrud. Zelig was wise in sending you here. Please return to him and give him my thanks. He will be happy to hear of the events that transpired at the Forgotten Shore. I do not have the gift of foresight, like Zelig, but I am certain that great things await you, friend. Farewell. Interesting, the dead are not attacking me. Probably has something to do with being in the Lorewalking. This up here is Naxxramas, by the way. Oh, now they are attacking. Welcome back, Fumo.
Good day to you.
Zelig the Visionary. Zelig smiles. It is I who owe you a debt of gratitude, hero. Auric is like a brother to me. You have changed his life and given renewed hope to countless people. We can get a nice weapon that does not look as nice as our current axe. I'm gonna take this here. Or maybe take nothing and take the one that can be sold for more. I have labeled the cave as Frostmourne Cavern. Why the Scarlet Onslaught is interested in such things is unknown, but by the look of things, the area surrounding the cave is heavily guarded. Nonetheless, we must proceed. Take the scrying orb and travel north out of town and then northwest towards Scarlet Point. Make your way into the cave and battle your way to the bottom. Once there, use the orb. Return here with what you discover.
See you around.
The Scarlet Onslaught, by the way, is the Northrend expedition of the Scarlet Crusade that we heard about in the Death Knight starting quest. The Scarlet Crusade itself is a mostly human force of fanatics that want to eradicate anything undead. They are pretty much what could have happened if Arthas started his own religion about destroying all undead. Though the Scarlet Crusade, it's less about religion. They do follow the light, but they just want to destroy everything and all undead. So many demonic gateways here. This is Frostmourne flying around here. Now we could activate something.
Our salvation.
Why do people always have to keep standing where everything is happening?
Bolt lad. There's an inscription on the nails. It says, whosoever puts up this blade shall wield power eternally. Just as the blade drains flesh, so must power scar the spirit. Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas.
Bit annoying to not hear any effect sounds, but it was even more annoying of these people
Damn the men. Nothing
shooting
shall
off their
prevent me from
skills
having my revenge.
when I wanted to hear
Not even you.
everyone
Now, I call out to the
talk.
spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price if only you will help me save my people.
Probably happened something. Oh yeah, Muradin loses his memory here. Now people are going away finally. So what we see here is Arthas' warhammer that he discarded when taking up Frostmourne. And these are the weapons of Muradin, if I remember correctly.
Behold, Muradin,
Yeah, he's
salvation,
wielding them here.
Frostmourne.
We can see a bit more now that the annoying people are gone.
On the dais. It's a warning. It says, "Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit." Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas. Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price if only you will help me save my people.
Okay, let's see if we can see what happens to Muradin here. He falls down. And Arthas took Frostmourne with him. Discarded his hammer there. Muradin is a bit groggy. Oh, Mayhat. Where am I? Who am I? That's the reason why Muradin Bronzebeard was missing for a long time. Because he lost his memories when getting Frostmourne with Arthas. And then he wandered around Northrend until he found his own place, kinda, but I don't want to spoiler, because I don't know if that will be part of the Lorewalking. Also, the effects again. Yeah, Fumo, help out your mom. That's definitely important.
What can I do for you?
Muradin lives. Could it be? I must notify King Bronzebeard at once. I need to consult the orb. There must be more information somewhere.
Safe travel.
We're back here. Ah, that was part of here, Frostmourne.
How does today find you? Jade Serpent guide you.
Joe has grown silent. Even Lorewalker Joe is overwhelmed by the story, I guess. Nice, contains a piece of equipment lovingly preserved from battles past. See what we get in this little lovely crate. Can't do that right now. Okay. What makes a king? Is it his crown? Is it the sharpness of his sword? The coldness of his heart? Perhaps the undying servitude of his people? Just as it is difficult to say when a sapling becomes a tree or a mountain becomes a hill, so too is it difficult to know when exactly Arthas Menethil passed into memory and the Lich King was born. Where do we draw the line between man and monster? Okay, time to listen to the story of the Lich King. Open this up first. The new sword that we could equip. Ooh, this looks nice. Looks really Death Knighty. I will talk to Joe after the ad break is over, which will begin in a bit, I think. Also called Blood-Caked Rune Blade. Do that. Exactly did I do that? Like this chance to sell some equipment real quick. Let's get the Traveler's Mammoth.
You wish to buy? Trade?
Can't sell most of the stuff here. No, that's the one I don't want to sell. Rest of the stuff.
Be well.
I need to delete by hand. Boat Club membership card, fine dining for the finest. Don't think we need that. We want to keep that. Hey Crucy, welcome to the stream, and why are you bonking me? Oh yeah, we read that last time, so we can destroy that and that. And there we got our backs a bit more orderly again. Alright, ad break is over. Ooh. Tell me more about Icecrown Citadel. Once, this place was only the site of a frozen throne. Prison that encased the Lich King. Yet, as the Lich King's power and influence expanded, his Scourge armies built fortresses and structures throughout Northrend, the greatest of these being Icecrown Citadel. Crafted from Saronite, the Dark Fortress is as large as a city. It housed only the most evil, malevolent, and dedicated of the Scourge. Those who served the Lich King utterly would find their home there, as the last line of defense between the Lich King and whoever would dare darken his door. Arthas Menethil may be the Lich King we are familiar with on Azeroth, but he was not the first. Jaden, the Deceiver, second in command of the Burning Legion, originally crafted the Lich King from the spirit of the Orc Shaman Ner'zhul. Why? To raise an undead army on Azeroth, thus weakening its inhabitants in preparation for the Burning Legion's invasion. Imprisoned in a block of ice with the Helm of Domination, the Lich King hurtled to Azeroth, crashing into the icy wastes of Northrend. Yet, Ner'zhul did not wish to remain in his frozen prison forever. Thus, he worked to free himself, choosing a champion who would wield Frostmourne, ascend the Frost Throne, and eventually take the Helm of Domination for his own. Yeah, so as a quick show off, here and also here. This guy is Jaden. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name correctly in English. He is one of the so-called Eredar, which are actually the original, or which is actually the original name of the Draenei race. You see, the Draenei, or the Eredar at that time, were led by 3 people. Jaden here, another one called here, Akimond, and the leader of the Draenei race, the Prophet Valen. In the past, the Eredar were a nice race, so to say. They weren't always followers of the Burning Legion. But Akimond and Kil'jaeden got corrupted by the Burning Legion and offered up their whole race as soldiers for the Burning Legion. Valen realized that and took as many as he could, and most importantly his loyal followers, and fled from his home planet. He was chased, or he and his people were chased by the Erida and the Burning Legion through space. And at some point they reached a world named Draenor. Yeah, the same as Warlords of Draenor. And there they also started calling themselves Draenei, which also in their language, if I remember correctly, means something along the lines of those who seek a new home. Which essentially they do. Then Archimonde and Kil'jaeden, or especially Archimonde, got to Draenor through the help of an orc shaman called Gul'dan. They kinda corrupted all the orcs on Draenor, and one of those was a guy called Ner'zhul. Not quite sure if Ner'zhul was... There we go. He looks rather unremarkable, but he was one of the followers of Gul'dan and a powerful warlock. He was killed, and as we learned just now, Kil'jaeden trapped his spirit, corrupted him, and turned him into the Lich King. And then brought, or rather hurled the Lich King towards Azeroth, and the story took its place. Everything all right.
Frostmourne changed Arthas. No longer was he a paladin of the light, but a knight in the service of death. But the people of Lordaeron were none the wiser. His homecoming was met with roses and ringing bells. It ended with betrayal and blood. Ah, my son.
I thought we would see the cutscene from Warcraft 3.
Sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father.
Okay, Blizzard really missed out on adding a very nice cutscene they already own here. And that's why I'm gonna show you that. I just need to find it real quick. This should do it. Thanks for the hydrate. I'm gonna drink in a bit when the cutscene will start for you all. I'm gonna set that up real quick. That's what I wanted here. This here real quick. And then you also probably want to hear audio. Please tell me if you don't hear any audio, because audio is always nice on the video.
My son, I need you to be
No
victorious.
longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father.
This kingdom shall fall, and from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
I think they really missed out on adding this cutscene to the game. It is a cutscene from a different game, Warcraft 3, also the reforged version, so pretty much the remastered version of Warcraft 3 that was released a few years ago. But they also owned that game, so I feel like there wasn't really a problem of adding the cutscene to World of Warcraft, which would have been so much better than just this shadow here and Arthas just walking up and kinda slashing Tyrinas, his father. Yep, it's their game. So it really shouldn't have been a problem to add that cutscene. Was Arthas truly lost?
For a man who had lived so strongly, had loved and fought so fearlessly, Arthas had fallen as far as he once climbed. Returning to Northrend, Arthas continued his descent into damnation, and his ascent to the Frozen Throne.
Icecrown lies before you, waiting. Frostmourne beats you. Ascend.
How I miss those endless days in Lordaeron.
No! You monster!
Reason. Mind, Arthas.
Hello, my son.
Arthas, my son. Crown weighs heavily upon your head. You shall learn in time. The wind howls in your ears. That no king rules forever.
For was Arthas truly gone? Did only the Lich King remain? It is not for me to say, but Jaina Proudmoore refused to lose hope that the man she once loved was truly lost.
Arthas truly lost.
In the glacial mountains of Icecrown, Jaina braved the Lich King's sanctum on a desperate quest for the truth.
The chill of this place. Ooh, I can feel my blood freezing. What is that? Up ahead. Could it be? Heroes at my side.
See, Cho has something to say. Frostmourne, the blade that destroyed our kingdom. Can you remove the sword?
Back to my studies, I suppose. Frostmourne, the blade that destroyed our kingdom. Stand back! Touch that blade and your soul will be scarred for all eternity. I must attempt to commune with the spirits locked away within Frostmourne. Give me space. Back up, please!
Jaina, could it truly be you?
Uther! Dear Uther! I'm so sorry.
Jaina, you haven't much time. The Lich King sees what the sword sees. He will be here.
Arthas is here?
No, girl. Arthas is not here. Arthas is merely a presence within the Lich King's mind. A dwindling presence.
But Uther, if there's any hope of reaching Arthas, I must try.
Jaina, listen to me. You must destroy the Lich King. You cannot reason with him. He will kill you and your allies and raise you all as powerful soldiers of the Scourge.
Tell me how, Uther. How do I destroy my prince? My...
Snap out of it, girl. You must destroy the Lich King at the place where he merged with Ner'zhul. Atop the spire, at the frozen throne. It is the only way.
You're right, Uther. Forgive me. I don't know what got a hold of me. We will deliver this information to the king and the knights that battle the Scourge within Icecrown Citadel.
There is something else that you should know about the Lich King. Control over the Scourge must never be lost. Even if you were to strike down the Lich King, another would have to take his place. For without the control of its master, the Scourge would run rampant across the world, destroying all living things. A grand sacrifice by a noble soul.
Welcome back, Elmo.
Who could bear such a burden?
I do not know, Jaina. I suspect that the piece of Arthas that might be left inside the Lich King is all that holds the Scourge from annihilating Azeroth.
Then maybe there is still hope.
No, Jaina! He is coming. You... Silence, Paladin. So, you wish to commune with the dead? You shall have your wish. Vonric, Marwyn, bring their corpses to my chamber when you are through.
As you wish, my lord.
Do I need to fight them now?
Rise to meet your master's call.
You won't deny me this, Arthas. I must know. I must find out.
I just ran after her. No, the door closed. I really have to fight through this now. I guess so.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Why did I pull that mage towards me and then shot my distance spell at him? Or rather. At least they are giving me a bit of silver.
I'm out of range.
Women and children. None was spared the Master's wrath. Your death will be no.
Be handy if you could see me on your VR so you can play your game and watch my stream. That would indeed be handy. Be cool if you can set that up, Elmo.
I can't attack that target. I need a target.
Come to me.
I'm out of range.
Oh. Teleported yourself away.
I need a target.
Death is all that you will find here.
And you too.
Wait. Yes. Run. Run to meet your destiny. Its bitter, cold embrace awaits you.
Well, too bad it didn't work, Elmo. But at least you tried. You don't need to ask yourself anymore if it would work.
Master, I have failed.
Run a bit faster. What's the master? Ooh, Jaina's not doing so well. The Shadow Throne.
Your allies have arrived, Jaina, just as you promised.
Now I am the Lich King.
He is too powerful. We must leave this place at once. My magic can hold him in place for only a short time. Come quickly, heroes.
It's good to see you. I hope
Let's
we
go.
can speak again soon.
Have fun playing, Elmo, and maybe see you later.
I will destroy this barrier. You must hold the undead back.
This was always a very interesting part of this dungeon, because you had to defeat the enemies quickly enough before the Lich King arrived at your spot. Because if he got to you, you got to join his armies.
Another ice wall. Keep the undead from interrupting my incantation so that I may bring this wall down.
Let's see how good this works. Jumper was a bit unexpected, but otherwise it worked pretty well. On Jaina, run to open up this ice wall. Can't do that right now. Can't flee from the battle by talking to Joe.
We're almost almost there. Don't give up.
It's fun to see them just fall. On, get into 30 yards. There you go. This really is one of the very few boss fights in any Dungeons and Raids where you actually don't fight the boss.
Your barriers can't hold us back much longer, monster. I will shatter them all.
That's really fun to see. Come on, my little ghoul. Take care of them. Oh, I guess you won't take care of them. Death Knights were initially released. You actually needed the corpse to raise the dead. You really use that spirit on that spell on a corpse and created your undead. Now it's just summoning it.
It's too far away.
However, you can actually raise an ally and revive them in the middle of battle, which is one of the very few battle revival skills that exist.
It's a dead end. We have no choice.
In the
but to
past,
fight. Steel yourself, heroes.
if you use that on an ally, you would raise them as a ghoul. So that ally would become a ghoul that then could act as a ghoul on their own. Oh, he's running a bit faster. Good thing we have the artillery here.
There's no telling when this whole mountainside will collapse.
Forgive me, heroes. I should have listened to Uther. I had to see for myself. To look into his eyes one last time. I am sorry. We now know what must be done. I will deliver this news to King Varian and High Lord Fordring.
How does today find you?
How was the Lich King defeated?
Thunder after lightning. The anguish that the Lich King left in his wake caught up to him in the end. From atop the frozen throne, he wielded his cursed blade and set his final plan into motion.
Oh, cool. I can now play as the Lich King fighting a raid. That's cool. To secure his invincible army, Arthas sought to extinguish the light of Azeroth's heroes and raise them into darkness. That quest name is cool. Otanagor is part of, or is like spoken in Arthas song theme. And in the theme of Arthas' horse. I could play them real quickly. Because we are lore walking right now, and learning about stuff is cool. Let's see real quick. There we go. Now this is Arthas' theme, so to say, which is called Arthas My Son. Which is also what is played in the cinematic intro of Wrath of the Lich King. I think if I remember correctly, Otanagor means the king. This is about him rising a dragon. Or raising. Because he really raised the dragon. I really love that. Actually, the one I love even more is Invincible, which is about Arthas' horse that he actually raised as an undead after becoming the Lich King. It's pretty much the same as in the previous song, but I feel like this has more power to it. Yeah, I really love this. Yes, Zura, very choral and orchestral. And I just had to think about those with this Otanagor, which, as we've seen, pretty much means king or the king, maybe. And now... this is Arthas' horse, which can drop when defeating the Lich King. Also one of the very sought after mounts in World of Warcraft, which you also can't trade, so you have to get it for yourself or never get it. Let's see, Defile. The Remembered Lich King marks several players before defiling the ground beneath them. Any player within the effect suffers 163 shadow damage every 1 second and causes the area to grow. Pain and suffering harness the unholy energy that surrounds and binds all matter, drawing the target towards you. Remorseless Winter. The Lich King channels a freezing storm, inflicting 131 frost damage to all players every 5.2 seconds and pushing them away for 8 seconds. Oh, we all know that. You are the Lich King. The whole of Azeroth is arrayed against you. Show them what it means to be king. 25 heroes slain. 25 is the number of raids in all the big raids in Wrath of the Lich King. Let's file some stuff. Ooh, since I can actually take care of the healers first, because I'm not bound by rules of aggro. There's a healer. Pain and suffering. It's fun to play a boss and not being bound by aggro rules or stuff. The hunter flew away. Oh yeah, there was a second phase to the fight, where... Don't tell me we don't get to see that. Okay, we do. Sounds like something we have heard before, right?
Father, is it over? At long last. No king rules forever, my son. I see. Only darkness before me.
Styrian Fordring there. So I guess we don't get to see the whole thing. What we saw at the end there was a phase of the original battle where actually the Lich King kills the whole raid automatically, and then you get revived by the spirit of Arthas' father, who was trapped in Frostmourne and got released during the fight. His reign was short, yet terrible. It is a heavy story, full of terrible deeds and unhappy endings, but it is a story that must be told.
Thank you for listening to my tale, friend.
Okay, that was really a very condensed form of it. And I feel like there could have been some things that we could have dived in a bit more. But now we can turn into the Lich King. Because I was actually wondering how they would make... how they would do it in the end, because we kinda skipped over some parts of quests that happen in Northrend. But they just cut the cutscene before the questions could come up. But I do think that there's a bit of potential being lost there. But we will see all of that when we actually do the Wrath of the Lich King story stuff. So, do we want to do more lore walking? Or do we want to experience some other new features that were added in here? Or rather, the new story parts that were added, which we would play with Shadowban. Can the Lich King dance? That's what you always wanted to see, right? A dancing Lich King. Maybe the new stuff, so changing to Shadowban, you mean, Fumo? You really enjoyed that, but you're gonna go back to lurking. Yeah, Zura. Take care. Thanks for hanging out, and good to hear that you enjoyed it. Yes, best dancing Lich King ever.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
Your eyes burning. Also, Elmo, welcome back. And were you scared by what you saw on the screen or by your game? You really got the moves.
Hello.
Just as a bit of outlook, with this reward we can transform into an ethereal, and with this we can hear Zalatav's voice in our head.
Tread lightly.
Let me get that letter I received from somewhere real quick, and then I'm gonna change to Shadowban. You were so scared, game was not fun. I see, Elmo. Also, I can already start the timeline because I'm definitely gonna do Fall of the Lich King here.
Do not exercise restraint when showing your great power to the Scourge.
With Hiltrud. We lost an item somewhere, I guess. That looks quite nice. And I never had that one. Nice. Lich King stirs in the north, yeah we know. An undead army follows his command, marching across Northrend and spreading blight wherever they tread. We need to stop them, Hiltrud. But we're gonna stop them at a later time. Your eyes were burning from the dancing Lich King, Fumo. I guess you were not ready for that sight. Ooh, we can fight the Court of Rats. No one is already there. Let's do that real quick. Damn. Wrong sewer gate. Oh, that was that one. Tried to corrupt you with his moves. I see, Fumo. You hate that ballerina robot, Elmo. I don't know Five Nights at Freddy's, so I don't know that ballerina bot. I don't need hand crank stuff, I need the steam boil. Why do these bosses always give hand crank? Well, let's go to the surface. With some quests here.
The doorway. I understand your frustration, Gaora, but do not rush to conclusions.
Oh, that's Danaf Trollbane. Seen that one in a while.
Another interruption. Remain vigilant.
You're jump scared so many times you don't even find it scary anymore. Well, that is also something good, I guess. Are we gonna do that later? Both Gaora and Danaf have received word of unrest in the Arathi Highlands, civil unrest in Stromgarde, and raids on Makar and Stromic outposts. Danaf and Gaora are returning to their homes, Stromgarde and Hammerfall, to diffuse tensions. I asked to accompany them. I have long wanted to reconnect myself and my people to the Arathi. I also want to learn more about the Horde. Gaora was willing, but Danaf took some convincing. Though I may have implied you were joining me.
A beacon in the dark.
We must investigate before we have another war on our hands. Champion, Lamplighter.
Ready and right behind you, Danak. Thank you for accompanying us, champion.
Let's see. Oh, there's only one chapter, so that shouldn't take too long. That would work for me as well, because I don't want to stream too long today, as I need to work early tomorrow and need to get up early for that.
Pity that a family squabble could make me loath to return here.
Look, here's Invincible as a horse. Family squabble, eh? Maren's lucky she is your niece. I would have killed her for what she did. Maren does not seem to hear the conversation between Gaora and Danaf. Instead, her eyes are locked on the great ruin in the distance. A small smile creeping across her face. Oh, we're gonna see a movie.
Is that?
Thoradin's wall? Yes.
Then the stories and legends I read as a child were true.
Stories are just stories, Farron. And that wall is just a wall.
I know Arathi history is embellished, Danak. But are you not proud of your heritage?
Yes, but pride in our legends foments Stromic superiority and reasons to strike at our neighbors.
I understand. Among my people, some still distrust outsiders. I had thought your people...
Going to Kaz Olgar was unpopular in Stromgarde. But the Sons of Lothar promote tolerance and mirth.
Finally, the Alliance has sent us help.
Finally? What's happened here, Walker?
The cow is is bound to post here. Her name is Clarabelle, Highlands Cow of the Year. Yeah, you really need to save that cow.
Another seasoned soldier at my side.
I had been sent word of bandits roaming the Highlands, but I did not know it was this bad. It's just as well we happened into this attack. If we want to get to the bottom of this, we might as well start here, though I do wish Farron were not here to see this.
Working together is not just an option, it is the only...
We've been attacked before, but this time, Walker shudders. This was different. They didn't want livestock, grain, or money. They took torches and some barrels of tar we used to fix our roofs. I don't know what they are going to do with it, but I can guess they are going to burn something down. You need to stop them before they do another homestead. Yeah, before they do another homestead farm.
It'll be all right, I hope.
It is good to
It's my mama, my papa, Ellie. Maggie looks around with tears in her eyes. I was following Mr. Gresham and Clara Bell when we saw the bandits. Grabbed me and we ran here. I don't know where Mama and Papa and Ellie are. Can you find them for us? Clara Bell is starting to get worried. Maggie sniffles.
I guess we're not strangers.
Why now? Why us? What do they want?
Don't worry, little one. You're safe with us. Aaron glances up at you. I'm not sure I agree with Danav, but darkness, even here, affects even the youngest of our shared people. I am glad I felt the calling to come here where I can be of service. Aaron, smiling, returns to distracting Maggie. I wish my hair was long enough to have braids like yours, Maggie.
May the darkness never find us here.
Ooh, these are Defiers. I haven't seen those in a very long time. This Defiers bandit was carrying a badge with an unfamiliar This Defiers bandit was carrying a badge with an unfamiliar emblem. The emblem looks like a rising sun with long rays emanating from it. The sun and rays are colored red. Perhaps Danav can identify it. I'm gonna talk about the Defiers after the ad break is over. Up there.
I need to target something first. Too far away.
They called themselves the Red Dawn. They wanted me to join them.
I do not have a target.
They look like Defias. But what would they be doing here?
Finally know how to do that minigame. That's good. Elmo. Always nice to figure something out after a long time. Okay, so the ad break is over. The Defiers were actually situated here in Westfall in the past most of the time. They did stroll out into Elven Forest and Duskwood a bit, I think. Not really much. They were mostly concentrated in Westfall as enemies.
Oh, Maggie, you're all right.
My lord, who are the Red Dawn?
I do not know.
Ah, yeah, that. And their center of operations are the dead mines, or were, well, they are the dead mines. And I think we already played through Westfall on Maid Fumo, so we also did the dead mines, I think. Not sure. There we have as the leader of the Defiers right now, Vanessa Van Cleef. She is the daughter of the original leader of the Design. Why am I saying Design so much? I really need to play Tales of Symphonia. She is the daughter of the former leader of the Defiers, Edwin Van Cleef, who founded the Defiers as a rebellion against Stormwind. Because originally, Edwin Van Cleef belonged to the Stonemason Guild of Stormwind. And after a war, I'm not sure if it was the first or second war, Stormwind was destroyed. Well, I'm pretty sure it was destroyed after both wars. At least a bit, somewhat. And the Stonemason Guild obviously rebuilt Stormwind, but then they weren't paid. And to make the voices known, Edwin Van Cleef started a bit of a rebellion or revolution. And that is the origin of the Defiers. So to see the Defiers here now is kinda weird, to be honest. Because they really have always been Westfall and Elven Forest. Because even though they were enemies of Stormwind, they were former citizens of Stormwind, and obviously wanted Stormwind and the leaders of Stormwind to change their ways. So it didn't make sense to go away from Stormwind where they couldn't influence Stormwind. How to put the word Stormwind into a sentence as many times as possible. Am I bored because I seem pretty silent? I was somewhat silent because there was an ad break on Twitch, and then I don't want to talk about too much important stuff when not everyone could hear it, Elmo. That's just why I did it.
Will I be strong like you?
Ellie must be so scared. Ellie, a well-loved Elec plush with the name Ellie written on it. The seams have begun to wear and its button eyes are loose.
Next time bring me some
Found them! You found them! Thank you so much. Maggie hugs Ellie tightly.
It wasn't always like
I
this.
hope whatever they are planning doesn't involve my neighbors or Stormgarder. Barrel of tar. This is tar primarily used in roofing and construction. In this state, it is highly flammable. Stolen torches. A bundle of unlit wooden torches. Walker mentioned the Night Watch uses these on their patrols.
Trollbane will fix all this.
Thank you, Shadowbun. Hopefully this snuffs out what they were planning. At least he hasn't lost his sense of humor.
At ease, champion.
I don't recognize this emblem, and the Defiers had it on the person. Curious. Danav turns it over in his battle-scarred hand, frowning. I wonder what it means.
You have your orders.
A Defiers attack, the theft of tar and torches. A group called the Red Dawn, recruiting here in the heart of the Highlands. Stromgarde was right to send a missive asking for my return. What is going on here? I placed Colonel Niles in charge after Marin's foolishness led to her imprisonment. I must head to Stromgarde and speak with Niles immediately.
Back to
Red Dawn, I will go to Hammerfall and see what they know of this.
We must continue on to Stromgarde, unless Faerun.
Danath, I am a soldier and an Arathi, just like you. I would not abandon you now.
I think he wants you to abandon him.
Unrest in Newstead. We don't have the hands to quell the unrest here.
If more hands are needed to keep Stromgarde safe, the champion and I are ready to help.
The sons of Lothar are at your service.
Don't do that, Elmo. That wouldn't be good for your TV or controller. This is much worse than I thought. With the attacks disrupting supply lines, the people are angry, hungry, and looking for someone to blame. The easy choice is blaming our neighbors at Hammerfall. We cannot let this unrest continue. I must speak to Niles and my advisors. I see Farron has volunteered the both of you to help the people of Stromgarde. I do not like putting either of you to work on what is a diplomatic mission, but helping Brewston while I speak to Niles would put my mind at ease.
Farewell. Rest when you can.
Dana vouches for you. I trust you. And trust is in low supply here in Stromgarde. After Lady Maran was put in her place, I thought Stromgarde would go back to normal, and it did, for a time. But now there's tension here so thick I'm afraid to breathe around some people. Citizens are acting out. I don't know what's gotten into everyone. Fighting, stealing, backstabbing. If you're willing, I could use your help. I'm glad for your help. Between deployments to Cas Alga, responding to threats in the Highlands and desertion, we simply don't have enough soldiers to enforce order. Maran's supporters are causing trouble throughout the city. They're stealing supplies, harassing people, you name it. We've enacted a curfew, but Maran's supporters are openly defying it. As my deputies go around and tell the troublemakers to go home, if they get rowdy, you have my permission to teach them a lesson. Trade in Stromgarde has broken down. We're short on goods and workers because of the attacks. Niles was too busy, so I took it upon myself to write official requests for aid. Most are simple and straightforward. Brits for supplies and such for the Stromic army. The deceased Brit for Joseph is different. He's loudly blaming everyone not human for our woes. Someone needs to officially tell him to shut his yap before he starts a riot. As my deputies, would you enforce my request for aid? Because you hate those damned mini-Ronas.
But keep your eyes open. There are agitators about.
Apologies for putting you to work. We will speak again after I have briefed Niles and Brewston.
No, we are gonna teach them, Elmo, not brutally slaughter.
Maybe it's time to pack up and leave Stromgarde. You'll be needing something repaired?
Maybe a bit less violently than at school. Those Maran flunkies, they're making it harder and harder for anyone who isn't human to live here in Stromgarde. Run away. Did you see how they are crowding around me and Godfrey? Shameless. And they respect for the law at all. But that's nae your problem. I see the shiny deputy badges you both got there. What, Niles and Brewston too busy taking a nap to come and help us? Or ask for a favor?
Our last shipment of iron was stolen by bandits, but I'll do what I can.
We could try to recover those shipments. I will speak to Danath.
Of course, the supporters are respawning right away. Way.
That's 3 caravans to date that haven't made it to Stromgard.
Set your sensitivity faster than a helicopter and you still lose. Then could be a bit of a skill issue. The Alliance has heard the requests from Stromgarde and we are doing what we can. We've been sending caravans of food and supplies from Casmoden, but they keep getting attacked en route. Can I spare more troops to protect the convoys? We need what we have in Kazalga. We're still tied up trying to find and defeat Zalatath, not to mention aiding the survivors of Dalaran and our new allies. I wish we could do more, but we are stretched thin as it is.
Tell Brewston we're already doing everything we can to help.
Confronting Zalatath left no one to protect Stromgard. No wonder these people feel neglected.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's Joseph.
True heir of the Trollbanes will deliver us from the Horde. She will be Stromgard's salvation.
Joseph points to you and addresses the crowd. Hark! Look at the creatures Danav allows into our city. A traitorous void elf. They are here to steal your resources to fund their imperialism. Oh, now we are also going the imperialism route. These so-called friends of a treacherous alliance travel to exploit newfound lands, while we suffer and starve. They send our grain to gnomes, elves and Draenei. When we need help, where are they? What have they done for Stromgard? Hand over Bruce's writ to desist with his inflammatory speech under penalty of arrest.
What's this? Danath Trollbane's minions threatening me for speaking the truth? Is this justice? Is this righteous? I will comply for now. But a new dawn is approaching for all humanity. Be ready, my friends.
These quests kind of feel like we are going a weird route. Would they actually attack me if I played as a human?
I cannot attack that.
Oh, these ones I can just stand away. My authority is part-time deputy.
If this keeps up, we're going to have to start rationing.
I hear with a delivery, with the poor harvest and all the thieving, basic foodstuffs have been hard to come by. We haven't received any outside aid either. If we don't get help soon, we're going to starve. Why doesn't the Alliance help us?
I should have known. You just want to take, and leave the rest of us nothing.
Brewston would not ask if he were not desperate. Please, whatever you can part with.
Looks like you have a lot of fish here. And these barrels also don't look too empty. Don't what's the word I'm looking for? Don't be so annoyed.
People keep saying the attacks are just bandits, but I think the Horde is behind it.
Congrats, Elmo. You're not from here. Are you from the Alliance? Are you here to help us with these orcs? Amy sees your deputy badges and rolls her eyes. Brewston. He's got the spine of a water elemental, sending his deputies to do his lord and master's bidding. What does that useless man want now?
Bandages? If Lord Danath would stop talking to orcs and start killing them, we wouldn't need bandages.
The orcs are not your enemy. Lord Trollbane is doing what he can to keep you safe.
This is really going into weird directions.
Hey there. See you around.
The people are scared of Merrin's gangs. If we reassign...
No, Captain. You know we don't have the manpower for that.
That's a very formal looking Pandaren.
Stromgarde welcomes you.
The city is a powder keg, waiting to go off. Lady Maren's supporters are growing day by day because of the attacks in the Highlands. Her people harass not just the common folk who follow Lord Danath, but also anyone who isn't human. And now these Red Dawn people Lord Danath just told us about. Between our deployment to Kazalga, combat losses, desertion and attacks in the Highlands, we just don't have the resources to police the city right now.
You know where to find me.
It's despicable, really. They try to intimidate loyal citizens and make them leave just because they aren't human. They also shout down anyone that doesn't agree with them. Many around here just try to avoid them. But it seems like they hang out. It's hard to do that.
Don't do anything I would do.
You have my thanks and the thanks of Stromgarde. I'm sorry you got an earful from Joseph. At least he left peacefully. Despite how it may seem, the city is still loyal to Lord Trollbane. Mostly. Lady Maren's followers are just louder and angrier. I am Colonel Veronica Niles, and I am in command of Stromgarde in Lord Trollbane's absence. I'm sure while aiding our people, you've heard the name Maren in Stromgarde. Lady Maren Trollbane is Danath's niece. She was briefly regent while Lord Danath Trollbane campaigned for troops for Kazalga. Her actions during his absence led him to imprison her when he returned. That said, Lord Trollbane felt Farron should speak to her. Perhaps to get perspective. I can take you to her if you wish.
Stay out of trouble. He would have introduced Marin himself, but Gaara summoned him urgently to Hammerfall. Come with me.
Strange that Danath would leave without us. And want us to talk to his estranged niece. Being here is like being in the stories I was told.
This is Maren, the root of so many of Stromgarde's troubles. But what would Danath want us to learn from her? I suppose he wants to see what she sees, how the ideal of the Arathi has been corrupted. Surely he knows I am aware of how fervor, or anything, has a dark side. Farron furrows her brow. Something seems wrong here.
Why does Colonel Niles defer to you?
You should know. Names carry weight. Baron Lothar. Despite your elven blood, a great Arathi warrior returning gives us hope that those dissatisfied with Lord Danath Trollbane's rule, with our old Stromic ways forgotten, with famine, unrest, and orcs on our lands, and dwarves and elves in our cities, all will rise up
and embrace a new dawn.
It's the door opening.
I hope you'll be part of it, Theron.
I would like to see Stromgarde as it was, but your promises are empty. And I would never betray Denath.
You say that now, but you'll see it my way, in time.
What am I gonna stream tomorrow? I'm not quite sure yet. I did plan for World of Warcraft for 2 days. But that was when I thought the Lorewalking would take longer, and that Lorewalking was nice, but I really thought it would take longer. Merrin may be in prison now, but her supporters continue to spread her rhetoric across the Highlands. Whatever she may say, I do not believe that she is the leader of this Red Dawn that you both are speaking of. I see who comes and goes. She receives no outside visitors.
Farewell.
If you want to find Lord Trollbane and tell him your theory about Lady Merrin, your missive called him to Hammerfall, far to the east of here. He may have stopped at Refuge Point. On the way is a Stromic encampment about halfway to the Orc town, because of the frequent bandit attacks in the area. I believe he meant to stop and check in with our people there. You might catch up with him there.
Dismissed.
If you leave now, you might catch up with Lord Trollbane at Refuge Point. But watch out for bandits. Hey there.
City is a powder keg, waiting to go off. Lady Merrin's supporters are growing day by day, because of the attacks. We have read that already.
The people who attacked Newstead call themselves Defias. Who are they?
Defias? I haven't heard that name in a while. This story is a little sad.
We're gonna get to hear the Defias story.
What happened?
After the Second War, Stormwind...
That was the Second War.
The Stonemasons Guild was contracted to rebuild it, but Stormwind's corrupt House of Nobles denied them payment. They rioted, and in the riot, the Queen was accidentally struck and killed.
That I didn't know.
They were driven from the city and became bandits. The Van Cleef family became their leaders. I had thought that the Defias were dead along with the Van Cleefs, but that may have been wishful thinking.
I don't condone banditry, but I can understand their frustration.
I suppose. If they'd been paid,
IRL Zero, thanks for the follow.
But you can't just throw away law and order if you don't get your way. Like Merrin's
See you soon, Fumo.
doing now.
We have an idea, Elmo, for tomorrow.
Thank you, Captain.
I didn't know that in the riots the Queen of Stormwind was accidentally killed. Then it makes even more sense that the Defiers were thrown out of Stormwind.
Over here, champion. Come look.
Bandit is wearing red and white, but their garments do not resemble any of Stromgarde's military uniforms. A quick search of the uniform's pockets reveals a familiar-looking emblem. This is the same emblem you collected from the Defiers at Newstead Farm. Around the body are several sets of tracks that head eastward. One set of footprints is bigger and bulkier than the others.
Whomever they attacked got away, but may need help. Let's follow their tracks.
Let's see. Bigger and bulkier footprints. Might be an orc.
We mean you no harm.
You expect me to take your word? I give aid to who
Yeah,
needs it.
we got an orc on our hands here. If you wish to earn my trust, Void Elf, you will explain yourself quickly. explain the situation and ask what happened here.
Refuge Point was attacked as well. I saw it burning and rode in to help.
I am here as a representative.
It's good to see humans and orcs banding together to help one another. If only the Arathi here could have seen what I did at Kazalga. This handheld badge is identical to the one found at Newstead Farm. Another bandit attack. They carry the same emblem as the bandits at Newstead. This is connected to the Red Dawn and Marin.
Our light bring Red Dawn emblems here and at Newstead. I wonder if they were at Refuge Point as well.
Brewston warned us about how rough it was out here, but I didn't expect things to be so bad. These bandits are attacking in force, overwhelming the few defenders these places have, completely destroying these people's lives. What are my likings for games activity?
Do you know much about the Scarlet Crusade?
Lately I've liked Stellar Blade a lot.
I know they had no love for the Horde or the Alliance. The Scarlet Crusade holds twisted beliefs. They want to eradicate our allies, the undead, but they also believe that the Alliance has failed to protect humanity.
The belief in human superiority seems prevalent here.
This is the Arathi Highlands. Where have you been? Under a rock?
You could say that. Yes.
Yeah, technically she was under a rock. Since she was underground.
Strength and honor.
All the outposts, like Hammerfall, have suffered attacks from both bandits and trolls in recent weeks. Our outriders are on constant patrol. Now that I know the Alliance has been targeted as well, we have confirmed what I already suspected. Something bigger is coming. Perhaps it is related to this Red Dawn.
I fight for the Highlands.
Early on, these attacks on our settlements seemed to be pockets of bandits competing for resources. Now they are better coordinated, as if they are working together as a group. That's bad news for everyone. But rivals don't come together without a strong leader. Without them, they will fall. If you're willing, find the leader of this attack on Refuge Point and eliminate them.
Keep your senses keen.
Stromgard's troops are in Kazalga and it cannot protect its outlying settlements. Hammerfall does what it can to help, but we too fight in Kazalga. We've taken many injured Stromic refugees to Hammerfall, but feeding them all has strained our resources. There may be a way to help more people. Vicky told me Refuge Point is a supply depot for nearby settlements. If we can get our hands on some supplies, we can care for more refugees in Hammerfall.
Themselves Defias. Did they mention the Red Dawn?
I did not give any time to speak. They killed everyone not human and took all but who I could drag away.
Scarlet Warhound, that could mean they really are remnants of the Scarlet Crusade. Yeah, Scarlet Hound Master. And I think the tabard that Joseph the Enlightened wore was also the tabard of the Scarlet Crusade. Yeah, that's the tabard of the Scarlet Crusade. So the Red Dawn might be something akin to a collaboration between the Defias and the Scarlet Crusade. And maybe a third force that really brings the human superiority into it. Oh, that's Joseph.
Dare think you can stop what's coming? You dare think you can stop the Red Dawn?
I must get closer. I cannot attack that target. I require a target.
Damn, this paladin bubbling out. Hard to find something. Well, I could also just play World of Warcraft or Stellar Blade or so tomorrow.
Trust is in short supply.
Thanks for looking for stuff, Elmo. Escaped? Kaga spits on the ground. Good, Shadowban. I hope Stromgarde does not mind us borrowing these supplies for their refugees.
I fight for the Highland.
First an attack on Newstead Farm by Defiers, now an attack on Refugee Point by the Scarlet Crusaders. Different groups of bandits, but both speak of as Red Dawn and carry the same emblem. Also, Joseph is directly involved. This all seems connected and it leads back to Maran. Danav needs to know what's going on. If he's not here, he should already be at Hammerfall. We should head there as soon as possible.
Darkness never find us. If Danath did not come here, and Kiara did not call him to Hammerfall, then...
Go to Hammerfall. If your lord is not there, Gayara and Eitrig can help you.
Naraka Blade Point. I have actually looked in that some time ago, and I wasn't quite sure about it.
Danath never arrived? Then... where is he?
I do not know, but you have my word. We will find him.
Danath is not here. Where is he?
I have so very many questions.
Eitrig. He's also pretty much a hero of the Horde. Well, maybe not a hero, but someone who drops by quite often, so to say, in the story. If I remember correctly, I don't have the Horde story that much in, but I do know the name. Danav is not here. Baron says he journeyed to Hammerfall because we requested a meeting. I sent no such message to him or anyone else. I will dispatch Outriders immediately to search for him. While we wait for their return, you and Kaga's quick thinking may have saved our human refugees. We had just run out of food to give them. Distribute the crates directly to them. I'm sure they will be grateful for the food inside.
Dispatch all available Outriders to search for Danath. Gayara has told me much about you, Farron. You are welcome here in Hammerfall.
Marauders burned down my farmstead. The orcs drove them off and brought me here for shelter.
We've learned Five Nights at Freddy's lore. I'm not really sure about that, to be honest. I don't have the games, and at least in the very foreseeable future I won't play it. I'm not really sure if I should just do it for doing it.
Not so long ago, these humans wanted to kill us. Why is Eitrig helping them? Better to leave them to their fate.
Well, that orc doesn't like humans.
It looks like the Outriders have all gone.
Finally.
Oh. They're planning something bad, aren't they?
If orcs have long warred against the humans, why help them?
Long ago, a human showed me great kindness. I strive to honor his memory by protecting the weak and defenseless.
Not really sure which human that was. It would have been
The Highlands are our home.
Varian Vryn. Every human I have ever met has admitted feeling fear in the presence of an orc at one point in their lives. We have warred with humans for generations. It's almost instinctual, or so I thought, to see and speak to a human with no grudges from the past and no judgment in their eyes. It is not an honor I expected in my lifetime.
Seeing Hammerfall and talking to your people has been an eye-opening experience, Eitrig. Harboring refugees no matter their creed. My people would do the same.
I do not doubt that. Both of our peoples have suffered through dark times. We may live here in peace now, but this site was once witness to unspeakable horrors. The Alliance imprisoned many orcs here in an internment camp. We liberated and claimed it, naming it after our fallen war chief, Orgrim Doomhammer.
The Alliance held your people here? In an internment camp? And yet, you harbor human refugees?
And yet... Lamplighter, there have been far worse crimes committed against my people. Such is war. But our teachings say if we are wronged, we can cause more suffering or end it. We now choose to end the cycle.
I think that my people could learn a great deal from yours, Eitrig. Thank you for welcoming me here.
Yeah, that is also something really to remember. If you are wronged, you really have the choice to either continue the cycle or end it. Of course, ending it is most of the time harder. Because, unfortunately, the other side oftentimes looks at it as if you submitted to them.
There is so much yet
So that could also turn into more wrongdoings against you. So in the end, I guess you can say that ending the cycle only really works if you're both at the same or a very similar level of power. Or of course you can end the cycle if you have more power, but from a point of lesser power, it's very hard to end the cycle and not lose more than continuing the cycle would mean. I never realized how much my people have in common with the orcs. We are both far from home, we are both self-sufficient, we are both peoples born into war. And most of all, the sense of duty and honor rivals ours. I feel even more at home here than in Stromgarde. There's no word from the Outriders yet, but Eitrig has not told Geyara of Danav's disappearance. I have told him we would go and give her the news. She's at Goshek Farm dealing with a witherbark troll attack. Eitrig says they've become increasingly aggressive recently. I can't help but think of the history there, of the troll wars and Arathi battles. But I admit I see them different now after learning more about the Horde. Let's go, we can look for Danav while we are out.
Our light brings unity. We'll tell Geyara of Danath's disappearance. Hopefully he will arrive here before we return.
wait. I have information about the Red Dawn. Help me, and I'll tell you what I know.
Ooh.
We are here to win.
Aaron has informed me of Danav's disappearance. While that is troubling, he can't return to Hammerfall just yet.
Fight with honor. Die with...
Aaron told me that Danav is missing. I don't know who was responsible, but it certainly wasn't the Magar. We've heard rumblings that Stromgarde is blaming us once again for their troubles. Tensions are starting to boil over. We need Danav so cooler heads can prevail. But as much as I want to search for the old man, we have to deal with business here first. The Witherbark have always been an annoyance since I have been here. But now, something has stoked their ire. They are attacking human settlements. Perhaps the Red Dawn is again to blame. Eitrigg has ordered us to try to help the humans they attack. We have stepped up our patrols and welcomed refugees, but we need someone to go to their village and bloody the Witherbark's noses. They are overconfident. They think they can get away with attacking our outriders. Make them think twice about that. This Syndicate human came to us hoping to trade information for a rescue mission. The Syndicate is a recent thorn in our side, so I had half a mind to cut him down where he stood. But claims to have some vital information, and with this news of Danav's disappearance, it might be worth the risk to do as he asks. He has 3 brothers being held captive inside Witherbark village. Go in, find them, and if they are alive, extract them.
The Witherbark? As in the Amani Witherbark? The Orathi's ancient foe. Come, champion. I will need your help.
Yeah, you will really need my help if you're just riding into a troll village alone. It's not a good idea. Though that might actually be what I'm doing here.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I'm not exactly sure why, but I do remember farming these trolls in the past for some item they were said to drop very rarely. That was, I think it could have been in Burning Crusade days even. Really long ago. I don't want to live in some cramped soul shard all my life. That's the prisoner for information. Look, I was just doing my job. We were told we had to attack the Witherbark and plant evidence that the Horde was responsible. Something about drawing away Hammerfall's defenders. Now, please let me go. I won't plant evidence against the Horde ever again, I promise. Yeah, you better do. We're friends with the Hordes now. That totem dead already. Alright, time to get the next prisoner. Also, welcome back, Fumo.
I do not have a target.
Who's trombling here? That is a word. are these things called in English again? Drum. Who's drumming here? Help me out of this pot. The water isn't even boiling, just a little warm. I told them our syndicate folks joining that Red Dawn group was a bad idea. Working with bandits like the Defiers and lunatics like the Scarlet Crusade, the syndicate are more respectable than that. Okay, you can go free now. That's it, no more syndicate, no more Red Dawn. Oh, that guy is hanging around. It's awful. They have been throwing axes at this gong all day. I hate gongs. That's the problem here. I told my brothers we picked the wrong assignment. I wanted to infiltrate Hammerfall and spy on the orcs like the others. But no, my brothers thought that was too dangerous. Should have agreed to pretend to be a refugee. Yeah, we saw that those refugees who were not as refugee as others. Those that were happy that all the Outriders were gone. They definitely planned something. So time to find 5 more enemies. That might be a bit hard. Ooh, there's one.
I must get closer. I do not have a target.
Hey, one more to go. Did that not work?
I must get closer.
And there's another one here.
I'm out of range. I need to target something first.
I swear, Syndicate is on their way to attack Hammerfall for the Red Dawn.
May your enemies
That will surely kill them. I'd be surprised if I saw any of them stray from their village anytime soon. Barclay is lucky you reached his brothers in time. This human is claiming the Syndicate scum are going to attack Hammerfall. Another day I would not be concerned. But with the Outriders dealing with the Wilverbark and searching for Danath, Hammerfall is undefended. Let's go, Shadowbun. We must defend our home. You've proven truthful, human. Now out of our way, we must warn Hammerfall. Out of our way, human. Proceeds to turn around and ride into the direction the human isn't even standing.
Kiara, champion, Varen. Then Hammerfall is not lost. We will retake it ourselves.
I should have been here. I could have done something. White-hot fury and rage emanate from Gayara. From Gayara's tense posture and tightly closed fists. Syndicators put Hammerfall to torch, and the cowards are using pyromancers to feed the flames. But we can save our hands. Is that guy a arcane mage? With the name of Celsius, I wouldn't be an arcane mage. I would be probably a frost mage. And the cowards... No, I've read that. But we can save our huts if we get to them quickly. 5 Hide through the Syndicate bandits to a building and then blow this horn. A Hammerfall shaman will come to put out the fire. Etrick growls in frustration. I was such a fool. I should not have sent away those Outriders. Without them, the Syndicate have overrun Hammerfall, and were it not for my fool heart, the refugees turned out to be Syndicate spies. Curse their greasy hides. But now you're here, now we can force the Syndicate out. Eliminate their soldiers and save any trapped civilians. Those spies have had enough of my open hand. Now they'll suffer my fists. I caught a glimpse of who was leading the attack. It looks like Joseph the Enlightened, maybe less full of hot air than we thought he was. Is he now part of the Syndicate? I thought he was part of the Crusade. I suppose it doesn't matter. If we want to stop the attack, we'll have to take him out. Joseph the Enlightened. Joseph the Enlightened seems to be leader of the Syndicate attack.
Hammerfall will be ours once more.
Attack! Loktar Ogar for the Horde. Never thought I would say that on stream, being an Alliance player. Let's rescue Tunk. Will something else do there? Oh, we can rescue Slag. Superior Butcher. Is there also an inferior Butcher in Hammerfall? Okay, we actually have just a butcher. So I guess that one is actually the inferior butcher. I did not quite expect that. Oh, there's Joseph the Enlightened. Where did he drop off from? He really has a lot of HP. Oh, he's running away again.
I cannot attack that target.
That's why paladins were known as the most annoying enemies in PvP battles in the past. Because if you met one, he could just bubble out. That was essentially what Joseph did there. Because paladins have a skill that can create an impenetrable shield around them, which is round and looks like a bubble kinda, and then just use their hearthstone and be away, because that shield has an insane time that's up and it can't be destroyed, or couldn't be destroyed. So we've got an ad break coming up, so I'm gonna do a quick dehydration break. So see you all soon again. And we are back again. Let's continue with this quest. Just need to retake Hammerfall real quick.
I do not have a target. I need a target on this first. I require a target.
And done.
An ambushed Stromic caravan.
It could be Danath. We must go and investigate.
It still Syndicate stragglers about, but Hammerfall once again belongs to the Horde.
Honor guide you.
Build orcs strong, just like us.
I am here as a
Joseph escaped again, and this time his warning was much more foreboding. He has darkness in his mind and his soul. I am confused how he can profess to follow the light.
May the darkness never find us here.
My outriders discovered a destroyed caravan on the road. Around it were the bodies of Stromic soldiers. It could be Danath's escort, or it could be another helpless group. Either way, we must investigate. Let us hope Danath is not among the dead. Syndicate is in retreat.
Now let's find Danath and punish those behind his disappearance.
Our little troop is getting bigger and bigger.
These look like orc weapons. Why would your people attack Danath?
They would not. Something is wrong here.
This wasn't a battle. It was an ambush and massacre. This was not done by simple bandits. This spot was chosen specifically for an ambush. And these troops were taken down quickly and efficiently. If Danath was heading to Hammerfall, this road is the most direct route. That makes it predictable. Yara grimaces. We must search for Danath among the dead and find out what happened here. Leave no stone left unturned. This was no random attack. Whoever did this knew exactly where and how to strike. This horse was killed swiftly and suddenly. It appears the rider fell but recovered quickly. They seem to have fought off several enemies before being overwhelmed. However, there's no body here. Given its position in the column, perhaps it was Danath's horse. Tell the others what you've discovered. Danath is not among the dead. He was overwhelmed and abducted. No easy feat for his opponent. What will I do with $100 million? That's always an interesting question. I guess first I would buy myself a nice home. Set it up real nice for streaming as well. Then I would definitely put something away to just live off. But I would also help my family a bit. Because with 100 million you can definitely do quite a bit already. Spot a small object half buried in the dirt. When you brush the dirt off, you recognize a Red Dawn emblem, just like the ones you saw before. It seems someone lost this amidst the chaos of the ambush.
We've seen that emblem twice before. Was this the work of the Red Dawn?
Yeah, most likely. This axe appears orcish in origin, but is otherwise unfamiliar. It It is not in the same style as the ones used by the orcs of Hammerfall. It has also not been well maintained. In fact, it does not look fit to be used in combat.
That axe was forged at Argarok. We abandoned many like it with the fortress at the end of the last war.
Watching my stream on 2 accounts, Elmo. Why are you doing that? Or are you watching one on YouTube and the other on Twitch, perhaps? There are clearly signs of battle, but something is wrong here. If we had taken Danath, we would not have left our axes behind.
Taken them from Argarok and planted them for the Red Dawn. But why?
To start a war that would destroy both Stromgarde and Hammerfall, and leave them in power.
Then we must search for Danath, starting at Argarok, and alert Stromgarde of what we have found.
I will hear your word.
It is decided then. If we are to prevent war, we must alert the Alliance of the situation and rescue Danath as quickly as possible. Eitrek was right. The Red Dawn are trying to start a conflict between the Horde and the Alliance. We need to get back to Stromgarde and tell Colonel Niles that Danath has been kidnapped. She will surely commit all her resources to a search. Come, Shadowbun, there's no time to waste.
I will inform Stromgarde and ask for their help in the search. With luck, I can forestall any aggression.
We will head to Argarok. If Danath is there, then this conflict ends before it starts.
Oh, your old phone still has its memory, so the account still works. I see.
We must widen the search.
Ordered?
Colonel Niles' face is scrunched up in concern. She looks uncomfortable, perhaps even regretful. Ooh, we get to see a movie! What's wrong?
We do not have the resources for a manhunt, Farron.
To rescue the Lord of Stromgarde? I thought you were in charge here.
I think we can drop the charade now, Veronica.
You.
Of course.
You're behind this. The Red Dawn? Danath's disappearance.
Yes. And now that my uncle is gone, I'm free to do what I wish. Footman!
Stop this madness! You're all Arathi!
And I thought you were once. Now you'll suffer for not joining our cause.
We were defeated far too easily.
It's you! Listen, I'm going to need your help. We have to stop Merrin and Niles. At your service.
Brewston leans in close to you and speaks just above a whisper. I'm glad I found you. I need all the allies I can get. You're very lucky they left you alive.
You know where to fight.
You bring Brewston up to speed with what you know. So that's how Merrin got loose. Brewston scolds. I never would have thought Veronica capable of such treachery. Does she really believe this is the way to help Stromgarde? Let's hope your orc friends are able to find Danath before it's too late. We have our hands full here.
Stay safe.
I saw Farron being taken away, but couldn't follow without them seeing me. She's probably being held in another building. Go find her. Hopefully she's still alive. And see if you can find any more information on the Red Dawn. There's no way we should have been overwhelmed so quickly. Colonel Niles and Lady Trollbane must have installed their cronies everywhere. The more information we have, the more we can use against them when we fight back.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Merrin tried to declare herself the new ruler of Stromgarde. While some in the army are complicit in her coup, there are still a lot of us who are loyal to Lord Danath Trollbane. But when we broke ranks, Merrin was ready for us. She has an army of soldiers I've never seen before, They call themselves the Red Dawn. I think they are just the bandits wearing uniforms they took from our supplies. Help us take out her goons and collect any evidence that shows what they really are.
A strong guard. I need to rally more loyal troops. You see if you can find Faerun. We need all the help we can get.
Well, let's see what we can find. This is a piece of Red Dawn propaganda. Many years ago, the Alteraci were one of the first to set out from Strom and build a nation away from Arathor. The kingdoms of Alterac and Stromgarde have quarreled over the years, but now we must remember our shared history. It is not time for our people to unite. It is now time for our people to unite once more. We are not enemies, but cousins. I will take the first step in offering peace and reconciliation. I invite the remnants of Alterac, known as the Syndicate, to join the Red Dawn. We are a faction that will fight for all humans, no matter their kingdom or creed. Let us return humanity to the glory it once had. Veronica Niles. Okay, so that is how they got the Syndicate. And let's see how they got the Defiers and the Scarlet Crusade.
I cannot attack that.
How many people are live on Twitch now? I don't know. I could imagine it's a few tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands. Written on these scrolls is an oath of loyalty to the Red Dawn. I henceforth renounce all allegiances and swear my loyalty to the Red Dawn and its leader, Marin Trollbane. I vow to serve, protect and defend the cause of humanity to the exclusion of all else. I promise to unite the people of Arathor once more and see them take their place as the greatest nation of Azeroth. How many people are watching my stream now on Twitch? OBS is telling me 3, but I'm not really looking at it most of the time. This is a piece of Red Dawn propaganda. Brothers and sisters of the Scarlet Crusade. Long have we fought to eliminate the scourge of undeath from our land. Long have we suffered defeat after defeat at their hands. Alive? What happened, Fumo, that you are alive? It is time for a change. We must seek out allies to help us in our glorious crusade. But more than that, we must lend our aid to those with even grander aspirations. Let us not only save this world from the undead, but make it a paradise for humans everywhere. That is what the Red Dawn stands for. That is what Marin Trollbane fights for. A new dawn for all of humanity. Joseph the Enlightened. Yeah, 10:33. That is also my current time. Since I'm on German time, obviously. Ah, you're still there. That's what you meant, Fimo. And Zura is still lurking. Thanks for still hanging out, Zura, and enjoy your lurk. We got the Syndicate emblem and the Defiers bandana. This is a piece of Red Dawn propaganda. The Defiers have been failed by their leadership, first by the Fen Cleaves and now by Redspawn. These charlatans have been satisfied with banditry and petty thievery. They suffer from a lack of imagination. The Defiers were founded to remove the corrupt nobles of Stormwind. We were to bring justice, honesty, and integrity back to our rulers. We lost sight of that in a quest for revenge. No longer. Now we have found a new cause and leader. One who will not only cleanse the corruption from Stormwind, but from all human kingdoms. Rise up, my Defiers brothers and sisters. Rise up like the morning sun and join the Red Dawn. Rise up and follow Lady Myron Trollbane. Have I ever played Undertale? Somewhat.
I need to target something first.
I have not played it myself, but my sister played it. And I helped her out at some points.
I do not have a target. Attack that target.
I don't mind you asking how old am I? I am 32 years old. Reminds me I should probably
I need to target something first.
change that on Twitch. I think it still says 31 on the last change.
You're alive. Help me out of these bindings. Being here is like being in the stories I was told as a child.
I knew she was involved, but I can't believe Marin was the leader of Red Dawn. Marin put her own people in harm's way just to create the conditions to justify her coup. She is not fit to rule Stromgarde.
I have so very many questions. While captive, I heard Marin's plan to amass her troops at the gates. We must stop her.
Another place to farm enemies.
I do not have a target.
Fight against those we can find. Oh, there are a lot.
I require a target. I need to target something first.
Alright, one thing missing.
Too far away.
Orange bandana. Article of proof is orange bandana frequently worn by those affiliated with a syndicate. He ran ahead with Eitrek to confront Marin. We will join the fight soon.
Need some help? Stay safe.
I'm glad Farron is alright. And this information you found? Rooston's shoulders slump. When people are desperate, they'll believe in any promise of a better life, no matter whom it's from.
You know where to find
Some of this stuff must be at least 20 years old. These assorted items belong to the various human factions that make up the Red Dawn. Article of proof: a tabard worn by soldiers of Stromgarde, old and tattered. It has not been well cared for. Article of proof: this tabard doesn't seem as rare as others have made it out to be. Article of proof: you've heard rogues used to pickpocket these, but it's much easier to loot off a dead body. It's true. Article of proof: a signature red bandana worn by the Defiers Brotherhood, old and faded but still vibrant.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I'm also getting sleepy, Elmo. It's getting late. And today will be a bit of a shorter stream because I also have to get up early tomorrow. I will probably end it around 11 PM. I knew it. Her army is made up of members of the Defiers, Scarlet Crusade and Syndicate. In other words, bandits, zealots and traitors. This evidence should help convince others that Marin is not to be trusted. Deneth and Eitrigg ran ahead to confront Marin. They hope if they stop her, they can end the coup and the bloodshed. But after seeing Joseph the Enlightened's handiwork firsthand, despite how unorthodox he may be, he is still a danger. And I had to say it, but I would relish the chance to finally take that underhanded cretin down. He's blocking our path up ahead at City Hall. Let's take him down and then help Deneth and Eitrigg end this war. Joseph the Enlightened is the leader of the Red Dawn and Marin's right-hand man.
I'll gather our troops to cover your back.
Let's go, Gayara. We will take him down together.
What do I mean early? I have to get up at around 6 o'clock. Why am I not going down?
I require a target. Come on, let's find Deneth and Eitrigg.
Well, finally that guy is down. Why? To go to work.
Deneth fought to save all of Azeroth.
He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Parzalgar. You'll never understand. For Erethdor! The Red Dawn will rise again.
No! Do not make her a martyr. Our history will read. Faerun, true daughter of the Arathi, allowed Marin to live without her title and name. The Red Dawn vanished from the Highlands forever.
This is not over.
Was kinda anticlimactic.
The cycle of war, it never ends, does it?
One day, Deneth. Times are changing, even for us old soldiers.
Parzalgar is proof.
Marin was given mercy. I'm still not sure she deserved it. There's little she can do now without her name and title. After failing twice, the Stromic will not follow her. And without the power her name and title wielded, she's useless to the bandits. Mercy or not, I thank the light that the conflict has been ended. You have my thanks as well, Shadowbun.
Excuse me if I talked out of turn.
Marin's Red Dawn has left the city and peace has returned to Stromgarde. At least for now. Baron left for the countryside. She said she wanted to check on Newstead and Refuge Point. I think she wanted to get out of Stromgarde. She came here with such enthusiasm. I should not have tempered it so harshly. I feel in the end it was I who needed to learn a lesson. We should check in on her.
For Azeroth. Go on ahead, champion.
Good night, Elmo. Sleep well.
Diplomatic red tape to clean up, I'm sure.
A lot of imps here.
This is not how I expected my first visit outside Kaz-Algar to go. It is good to feel the sun on my
Perhaps I was too naive. This place isn't the shining testament to the history of my people as I thought it might be. It's the same as everywhere else. People struggling to survive. Maybe Danav was right. Maybe there's nothing in those old stories but myth and superstition.
I have so very many questions. But they can wait.
I'm sorry. Stromgarde was not what you expected.
You were right. I was naive.
No, Feyre. I was wrong.
Wrong? How?
I said Thoradin's wall was just a wall. But what it represents does exist. In you.
I don't see...
You have been a guiding light. Saving my life. Bringing us together. Reminding me of my true mission. You look to the past, but you are our future. And I am glad of that.
Perhaps the new dawn is not what Marin wanted. But us. Returning here for our people.
I hope you are right.
There is so much...
Danav is right. Legends are just legends. We shouldn't try to live in them blinded by pride. Instead, those legends should inspire us to make the world as we hope it should be. Light willing, we will remember the past but work for a better future for all of us.
My mage can send you back to Dornogal, but you'll always be welcome in Stromgarde, champion.
Ooh, we actually gained the title Shadowban of Stromgarde. And we can put on this tabard if we want to. And we got the Lamplighter's pauldrons. Which look also pretty nice. My fault, tabard. Ah, that's for the orcs. I see. Let's head back to Donegal. Go to the mailbox real quick. That in the auction house at some point again. But not today, I think. Well. Now before I end it, we can at least hand in the underpin quest. So Bran maybe gets its head back. After that, it's time to finish up stream.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
We did it! Ha! That'll show the world to not to mess with us. Nay, they never try stealing me head again. Ah, it feels so good to have ye back. Here, take me spare head. It didn't feel right to wear it while the other one was missing. Now we got Bran's spare head. Looking good. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, everyone who's still here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did have fun. Lorewalking was a bit more fun than the additional story quest, I think. That story felt a bit unpolished, I think is the right way to describe it. Felt like there was so much more story that could have flown into it that was kinda not put there. And like everything was kinda rushed about.
So much to discuss. Make sure to take
Adventurers, the rumors are true. I've seen the Titan forces and they are nay friendly. We must try to discover why they are emerging now and try to stop them from doing too much damage. Confront and stop these renegade constructs. To help ye, I've procured some Titan consoles. I was able to set them up in affected areas. I can use them to communicate with ye in the field. I'm thinking we can use them to counter these Titan forces as well.
I got distracted.
Yeah, I got distracted as well, Dagron. Well, anyway. Time to end stream for today. And I will be back tomorrow, I think. Maybe with World of Warcraft, maybe with something else. I am not quite sure yet. Because as I said, I thought Lorewalking would take a longer time. Of course, we still have 2 more lore walks to do, but even those wouldn't take complete stream together, I think. If they are around the same length as the Lich King. Thanks for hanging out, Zura. And I'm glad to hear you enjoyed the stream and your lurk. So, everyone, have a good day or night, wherever you might be, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.